This week on Supercars Torque, there's a heap of Indigenous liveries to go through, engineering changes at Walkinshaw and Andretti United, and another Bathurst Wild Card to talk about. The big news this week is all of the Indigenous liveries. Now, I'll probably miss one of these at least. Not all of them have been released so far because all the teams have to have an Indigenous livery this weekend because of rules. But there's been so many, so I might have missed one. And of course, there is more to come out this week that we won't be able to cover in this video. But the first one that came out was the Smith SCT Logistics one, and looks really good. I was actually really impressed by that one. I think they did a really good job. Grove and Penrite, they were the next one. Not as excited about that one. Didn't kind of do it for me. R&J Batteries, Andre Heimgartner car, not bad. It is what it is. The Macaulay Jones Kubota one, it is bright. You aren't going to miss Macaulay Jones. It'll be interesting to see how good that kind of comes out on TV because, in the photos it was bright. Whether that's going to translate onto the box or not. Red Bull, I like it. I think it's possibly better than their normal livery. The Ampol really stands out. The Red Bull kind of gets a little bit lost in there. But yeah, I think they did quite a good job on that, especially because they're not a big one for doing these special liveries, because I know Red Bull is very strict on what they can and can't do. So it pretty much gets left as the one livery for the whole year with them. Mark Winterbottom, if you didn't know, it looks the same pretty much. It's really hard to tell that there is anything there. And Bryce Forward's Middy's one, it just looks like the same kind of nighttime livery that they've had for the nighttime rounds. So, nothing really exciting there. Now, before we get onto the actual big news for the week, there is some wildcard and Bathurst co-driver news to cover off. Covering on from the livery talk from before, did you see the Erebus Kiwi wildcard testing livery? That looked amazing. Unfortunately, I think that's just a testing livery, but I'd be quite happy if that was the livery for the race. That looks really good. I just really enjoyed it. Both of the guys, I think they seem to have done a good job, acclimatised well with the team and that, considering, Murphy 2015, I think, was the last time he was properly racing as supercar, and it's been a couple of years since Richie's been away from the job, but I see a lot of comments like, it's a vanity project and that kind of, these guys, you should be looking at youngsters, it brings a lot of interest to the category, having guys like this, and who knows, this could be a springboard for Richie to come back in, because I think he's probably one of the great talents that has kind of been lost due to, kind of wrong place, wrong time in the supercars paddocks. I think if he was in the right place, he would have done a much better job. Now, for the other wildcards at Bathurst, Jess Dane is going to be the team manager of the Lowndes and Decker wildcard, and Romy Mayer, who is also a female, she's going to be the engineer on the car. They're having a bit of a female kind of flair to the team, which is good news. I have been accused on here of before being a bit sexist because I said I wasn't a fan of Renee Gracie. Apparently that's been sexist because I don't like a certain driver. Anyway, enough on that. Looks like we will be having another wild card in the field, bringing it to 29 cars. Getting very close to that 30. Looks like Matt Charter is going to be running the third Walkinshaw and Andretti United car. Not actually as a Walkinshaw entry, it will be a Charter entry. Walkinshaws will be helping them out with it though. It is the car that Ojeda is currently running in his wildcard appearances. So that will be an interesting one, and where they're going to find kind of the co-driver from that, because now we have a couple of wildcards without co-drivers, another seat was announced this week. James Goulding will be partnering Scott Pye again at Bathurst this year, so that's another one ticked away. So really we've only got Premier, Matt Stone Racing, and then the Charter, and then the Michael Anderson wildcards that aren't confirmed yet. Now, for the big news this week, Jeff Slater, who was Nick Percat's engineer that joined Walkinshaws at the start of this year, has parted company with the team. Is he a scapegoat for Nick's performances currently this year, or something's not working there? Something had to change, I suppose. Grant McPherson will be taking over that duties. Shippy, as he is commonly known as, he was behind Mark Winterbottom's championship success back in 2015, and then he joined Triple Eight, and I think he was Shane Van Gisbergen's engineer to his championship, and then obviously he's moved on to Walkinshaws after serving a big period of gardening leave. Dave Walkinshaw have said it's been part of because of the restrictions in place of how many people they can take to the track each weekend. So they're saying essentially they had too many cooks and one had to go. So with moving on, Jeff Slater means that they'll be able to bring Carl Foe back to the race weekends essentially because he couldn't be there because they had too many people, which I think I did actually bring this up at the start of the year where, some of these teams are starting to get very heavy on the engineering prowess in the team, and definitely Walkinshaws was one of those ones that seemed to, they had a lot of chiefs and maybe not enough Indians in the team. Let's see. The results will speak for themselves. Do we give Nick a few rounds grace period on this while they bed in together, or should he hit the ground running in Darwin and be challenging up the front there with Chaz Mostert? So speaking of Darwin, there is some racing finally again this weekend. It feels like it's been forever since we've seen the cars on track again. Going off last year, it was a DJR whitewash in qualifying. Anton won pole position, Will Davison 2 pole positions, although they didn't translate that in the races. Chaz Mostert took 1 win and Shane Van Gisbergen took the other 2 wins. This weekend it'll be the normal kind of flavour for the weekend. 3 races, a top 10 shootout, normal qualifying on Sunday kind of thing. There's probably no need to really cover into that. But I think the weekend probably will, going off the form last year and the form of this year, I'm hoping it's going to be a battle between, the DJR boys, Chaz Mostert, Shane Van Gisbergen, and let's hope Cam Waters can keep that pace from Winton, kind of keep that going as well. But I'm going to put my neck on the line a little bit and say I think the DJR boys are going to be fighting it out this weekend for the wins. Down in the comments, let me know who you're going for this weekend, who you think's going to win. Don't forget backseat drivers on live stream on Thursday nights. If my voice is a little bit off this week, it's because I did it solo on Thursday night, and it really did some damage to my voice. I've had a bit of a sore throat and a bit of a cough, which still in these interesting times that we're in at the moment. It's not good walking around having a bit of a cough and then trying to explain to people, hey, it's because I did a live stream by myself the other night that my voice is kind of gone, and I've got this great cough. But anyway, if you're interested, check it out. I'll put the link in the description to the other channel, but it will be streamed on this channel as well. So until next time, I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.